what is worse about you having a hard time with studies is that you accepted the offer. You applied and said you want to be in varsity. So you know what? Let's do this. Yep. Let's get into the studies. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagwadi Wakarabutla and I'm back again with yet another video. So today I am tasked to do assignment 1 for academic language and literacy in English. Academic language and literacy in English, which is ENG1503. Guys, you see these English modules? Hey, be careful. Okay, this exam is due on the 24th of this month, and let me read what it's about. The purpose of this assignment is to teach you how to critically read an article and engage with and reflect on it in an academic manner by answering the assigned questions in short paragraphs. When marking the assignment, we will penalize poor language in expression. You need to write that English, that formal, clean English. Clean, scone. Hey, do. You know where the danger is with shortcut English and English that doesn't sound academically sound. Uzotsingasho. When marking the assignment, we will penalize your poor language expression. Examples of poor language expression includes errors in sentence construction, incomprehensible and barely literate vocabulary, spelling, punctuation. Like here, you need to write, your grammar needs to be on point. It needs to be, then we can talk about good marks. Okay? So, instruction, read the below text and answer the following questions in short paragraphs of not more than 150 words each. Do not quote directly from the text unless you are instructed to do so. The article goes, teaching information literacy in an age of misinformation. The first time I encountered a student who just didn't believe the data I was using in my sociology class, it caught me off guard. I don't recall exactly how I responded in that moment, but the benefit of hindsight, I know that it was a tremor in what would become a seismic shift in our educational landscape. Students who are in their late teens or early 20s have spent their educational experiences navigating misinformation, fake news, and alternative facts. I didn't realize until my student made the comment above on how the broader shift in our society toward our scientific skepticism would bear out in the classroom. This unexpected moment in the classroom alerted me to an opportunity to explore and expand the scope of information literacy skills I incorporate in my class. I had started integrating information literacy skills into my sociology classes with a narrow focus that built on research method topics that were appropriate for an introductory course. We talked about interpreting statistics like percent change, visual representation of data, survey design, and sampling. My goal was to support both students' learning of sociology in that course and their broader consumption of information outside the classroom. As we worked through information literacy lessons in class, I gained insights into how students access and process information in their day-to-day lives. My students reported getting their news from social media, newspapers, television, friends, and family members. They are aware of mis and disinformation, that the fact that social media is designed to be attention grabbing and that not all sources are reliable. This, from my perspective, is a good thing. When I see a challenge that when I what I see as a challenge that we as educators must grapple with is other students' selective desire to apply these misgivings towards not just all information, but particularly those sources of information that clash with their preferred vision from how things should be. Through this process of teaching, getting student feedback and revising my materials, I learned that my initial information literacy focus was too narrow. Yes, students need to know how to interpret statistics, but first they need to know whether they can trust the source in the first place. In response to this, my focus in teaching information literacy was broadened to include evaluating credibility and point of view in sources. I want to help them move beyond skepticism and distrust of sources to critical thinking, rather than approaching every source with "this might be wrong." My goal is to help them practice evaluating. How can I verify the credibility of this? When I teach information literacy now, I focus my efforts on developing student skills in 3 areas. Okay, let's get right into question 1. Discuss the target audience of this task and justify your response on your choice of the target. Identification of the target audience will equal 1 mark, your reasoning 2 marks, your language and structure 2 marks. Okay. The target audience for this text is educators, especially college and university lecturers. The target audience in this text is educators, specifically college and university lecturers. This article focuses on the challenges that students face in distinguishing credible sources from misinformation, which suggests that it is directed at teachers responsible for guiding students through their difficulties. The article discusses teaching strategies for incorporating information literacy in the classroom, which is relevant to educators seeking effective ways to address the misinformation. The structure and the language of the article are academic yet accessible, making it suitable for professionals in education rather than general readers. The use of terms like information literacy and credibility evaluations align with the discourse commonly used in teaching and educational research. Therefore, the text serves as a resource for educators to improve their teaching approaches and help students develop better critical thinking skills when evaluating sources. Clean English, done. Okay. Okay. Question 2. In your opinion, what are the 4 ways in which learning literacy can lead to misinformation? What are the true ways? The 4 ways, what are they? We'll talk about that in part 2. Let's go to question 4. Question 1.4. Indicate 3 unique examples of informal language in the text. Justify why each example is informal. This might be wrong. The phrase lacks specific. The phrase is not specific and is a casual way of expressing doubt. So it's not formal, it's informal. I get they said you must give examples of writings that are not formal in this text. So this might be wrong. This phrase is not specific and is a casual way of expressing doubt. Number 2, the second one. Just didn't believe. The casual term just adds a controversial tone, suggesting an offhand remark rather than the precise technical language typically used in academic writing. Number 3, it caught me off guard. This phrase is informal because it uses a controversial tone rather than the academic language. A formal alternative would be, I was unprepared for the students' response. And that is all for part 1. I will see you guys on part 2, where we do the rest of the assignment. Yeah, we do question 2, question 3, and question 5. I told you, I want to mix things up, hey? Let's do the difficult ones together on part 2. Mwah! Thank you so much.